Hi everybody, it's Doreen and I'm back today with a birthday card that I've made for one of my aunts who's very special to me. And as I said in my previous video, I haven't been doing any cards this year because of problems that I've been having with my shoulder. But I really wanted to do this for her. I hardly ever make her anything, but she's taught me a lot and crafting wise, and I wanted to do something special for her. So I thought I'll go ahead and try this. It may be a little painful for me to make it, but I really wanted to do this for her. So what does our card look like for today? This is the card that we will be making. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so let's go ahead and bring up our supplies and get started on making this card. So as I said, I have this aunt that's very special to me, and she's going through something right now, and I wanted to make a card for her even though I'm not able to make cards the way I normally do, because as I said in my previous video when I did the haul, I'm having issues with my shoulder, hand and arms, but I wanted to get this card done for her. So let's get started. So first of all, my card is going to measure 5 inches by 7 inches. So what you'll do is you'll cut your cardstock 10 inches by 7 inches and then score it in half to make a 5 by 7 card. And then I went ahead and took and cut out this scrap piece here, and this is from a paper pack. I believe I picked this up at Tuesday morning. It's called Bitty Scrap Pads, and the name is Fascination. So I cut this 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So that's going to go on top like so. But before we add this to the card, I want to go ahead and take my scrap pieces that I'm going to be adding and get those on. So this piece of cardstock came from a Paper Studio pack called Glittered Cardstock, and it looks like this. I got this at Hobby Lobby several years ago, so I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but it doesn't mean you can't just cut some regular glitter cardstock. And the cardstock actually measures, let's see, 2 inches by 12 inches is what this size is right here. So what I've gone ahead and did is left it at the 2 inches, but then I've gone and cut it to 4 3/4, or 4 1/2, I'm sorry. So we're going to have a piece up here, and then I'm going to place the same size piece, which is 4 1/2 by 2. I'm going to place that down here. Now I've already gone ahead and used my Misty and stamped out this happy birthday, and this is from a stamp set called Stampin' Scrappin'. I actually got this from Joann's online, and what it has is these frames inside, and you get 6 different sizes, and then it has a sentiment that you could stick down inside the frame. So I used the Misty to put this on here, and I did a test cut, or a test first, to make sure that this was going to work on the glitter cardstock, and it worked perfectly. I used black Memento ink to stamp this out. So this is going to go right along here. So let's go ahead and get some tape on here. So I'm going to use my tape gun, and hopefully I'll be able to do this without being in a lot of pain, because it's the repetitive motion of going back and forth with my hand like that, which was painful, that I have the problem. So I'm going to get this lined up here and get this on here like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the other piece. So it seems to be sticking okay I was thinking about using some double-sided tape, but since it's not glitter on this side, it seems to be sticking alright. So then we're just going to line this up and place this down, and hopefully I can get this down here the way I want it, and make sure it's even there. So now we've got that piece on there. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead now. My little photograph here, or my little picture, I use something that I just got called Kaleidoscope Creator 3. Now I had the first version when it first came out, and it looks like this. Apologize for the glare. And basically it's a computer software that you can generate by taking a picture or anything you find, a JPEG file that you find on the internet, and turning it into a kaleidoscope piece. Now I had the very first version. This came out like in 2010, and believe it or not, I never ever used it. But because I've gotten back into quilting, I happened to be watching a quilting show, and they were using this to make a quilt. But they were using an updated version, which was Kaleidoscope Creator 3. So I went ahead and purchased the upgrade, and I was able to make this. I found this picture on the internet, and it was just some pictures of some flowers, and I turned it into a kaleidoscope. And then once I had that, I saved it as what is called a JPEG file, or an image file, and then I went ahead and set it up in my Silhouette the way I wanted it, and sized it the way I wanted it, and this is what I came up with. Now I will do a separate video on how I did this for anybody that wants to see how it works. So I have this to put right here, but what I actually did was I had this set to cut out as a frame, but it was supposed to be all pieced together, and somehow, because I haven't used my Silhouette software in a while, I forgot what I was doing, and I made cut this piece separately from this piece. So we're going to get this on here first, and I'm going to use probably my two-way zig pen, but I need to get a scrap sheet of paper so that I don't get glue everywhere. So I'm just going to grab the scrap sheet of paper here, and I apologize, I had to step away from the camera for a minute when I did that. And I'm just going to get my glue stick going, and hopefully it has not dried out from me. I think I left it open. So let me step off camera and get my glue stick going, and then we'll continue on with the card. Okay everybody, so I'm back, and I've got my little frame on here, and so far it is sticking on the glitter paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the center here, but I want to pop this up. So I'm going to put this aside for right now, and we're just going to add this piece to our card. So we're going to line this up and put this here. So let's get some tape on here and get this added to the card. And then we can move on with adding our other piece. And then we'll be able to go ahead and finish adding the embellishments, and then we'll have our finished card. So now that I've got my tape on here, I'll just move this to the side, and we're just going to line this up and add it on here. Oops, let's make sure we add it the right way, even though that wouldn't have mattered because I haven't put my inside sentiment in. I'm going to do that using my Silhouette and the print and cut feature, and I do have a video out there to show you how to do the print and cut feature, and I will put a link somewhere up here in the, actually I'll put the link down in the description box on how to do the print and cut feature with your silhouette. Okay, so now we've got basically the front part of the card, of my layout or my top piece on our card, and then we're ready to add this piece using some foam dots. So let me go ahead and add the foam dots. So we'll probably put one in each corner and then one in the center. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is really painful for me, but I wanted to get a video out there because I've been away for so long. So, and I am still working, but luckily I have a software that I use at work that does all my typing for me. It's called Dragon Naturally Speaking, if anybody's interested, and that has been helping me a lot. And I've been using that software for the last 6 years. Okay, so we've got that added on to the card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, of course, you know what, add my bling and maybe a few more embellishments, and I'll come back with the finished card. Okay, everybody, so I am back with the finished card, and I blinged this one up. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've taken one of the flowers that I got in the at Tuesday morning and put that in the center of the card. I'm gonna bring it up so you can see it. And I also took some of my homemade glimmer mist that I've made up and sprayed that all over the flower. The camera might not pick up the glitter, but it's there. And then I heat set that. Then I went ahead and took some bling and put it here on the side, and that's just those sheets of bling that I picked up on my scrapbooking haul last year. And then I added a bling swirl down here at the bottom, and then I went ahead and put some of my bling flowers up here at the top. Now for this, if you look at this, you would think this is a piece of lace, but it actually is not a piece of lace. What this is I saw this on Colleen's channel. I believe her channel is 47 CMC. I will put a link to her channel down in the description box down below telling you how to do this technique. But what it basically is you take a mold, and I got this mold at Hobby Lobby, and then you take some it's called DAP latex caulk, and I got this at Target. And you fill your mold with this, and then you kind of take a spatula and spread it out as thin as you can, and then let it dry overnight. And once you take it off, you have this. Now you can color it any color you want or anything like that. And the way I have this sticking down on here is I use the tape gun that I got from Skylar. Thank you, Skylar. And it is the Mega Runner Xyron tape gun. And what this does is it will take anything and only adhere the adhesive to the spaces that don't have I guess holes in them, and it seems to be sticking down pretty good here. So I really like the way this came out. I also did another one, and let me get that one. So I did this one also using this mold, and I hope you can see that. And it came out like this, and as you can see, it's very flexible. It moves. And so with this one, I just cut off what I needed and I put that down. But like I said, it's very flexible. So then I also use my silhouette to do my print and cut, to do my sentiment. And this is my sentiment in the inside. And I went ahead and taped that on. And then for my envelope, I use my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board, and I made a 3D envelope, so it's more like an envelope box to fit my card inside. Now I used my new stamp that I got, that I showed you in the previous haul that I did, the Best Wishes, and then this is from a close to my heart stamp set that I've used all the time for birthday cards. And then I went ahead and used my Bow Easy, this looks like this, to make some little bows to put on the end of the balloons. So that is it, everybody. This is the birthday card that I've made for my aunt that is very special to me. And let me just say that this was difficult for me to make. I guess I'm still not healed like I thought I might be, so you might not see another video from me for a while with me making a card. I have been able to do some quilting because I'm doing that on the sewing machine. So if I get a chance, I'll make a video on some of the quilts that I've made. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.